What is going on, you guys? Here, and I want to talk about and give my reaction to UFC 300. Um, yeah, I'm going to talk about the main event and the fight between the BMF champion Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway. Um, yeah, man. Without any further ado, let's dive right into it. First up, the main event: Alex Pereira defending his title against Jamal Hill, and that fight was pretty much already self-explanatory. I felt like it would have been a different fight if Hill never would have tore his Achilles, and then he tore it playing basketball. Like, as a fighter, I love playing basketball, but if I'm champ and I'm doing this, you never know what could happen. Um, and unfortunately for Hill, he tore his Achilles playing basketball, and definitely came back. I think it was like 9 months fast. You know, um, just taking 9 months to try your best to try to come back and beat an animal, a beast in Alex Pereira is a tall task for anybody. Alex Pereira did what he had to do. Ended in the first round, of course. Especially like it was such a strange sequence, just because Hill kind of like threw a kick and it kind of like grazed off his cup, and then Herb Dean was gonna try to stop it or whatever, and Pereira was like, "Nah, chill, I got this. Don't worry about it." The fight continued for like a couple of seconds, and then those couple of seconds, again, those nasty freaking hooks that Alex Pereira has is just so damn dangerous. Man, he threw one of those nasty left hooks, and Hill, man, them eyes rolled back so far back behind his head, man. That shit was crazy. Um, yeah, man, that was all she wrote for that fight. Again, I feel like, again, if Hill had that didn't happen to him, I feel like the fight would have been way more interesting, and people probably would have been more accepting of the main event because I feel like at the end of the day, that really wasn't supposed to be the main event, but we got it, and it was a good fight. As long as it lasted. Anyways, now for the BMF, Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. That fight went a little different than what I thought it would go. But I mean, like I said, I'll do my breakdown video, my boy. I said the leg kicks of Justin Gaethje are gonna play a big part in this one, in which he did throw a lot of leg kicks. Max Holloway, again, to me, he is one of the best MMA boxing in the UFC and in MMA entirely that I've seen so far in the UFC. Just his timing, his precision. It's not like Max Holloway has a ridiculous amount of power and he throws shots with a ridiculous amount of power. He just knows the timing, and once he gets your timing, it's gonna be a long night for you. And unfortunately for Justin Gaethje, it was a very long night for him. I ended up breaking his nose. I believe it was in the first round. Max Holloway threw a spinning back kick and just busted up his nose. But then again, you can't put your head down, because I feel like those spin kicks would have probably landed in the body, or he probably would have seen it better if his head was more up, just in case he put his head down when he decided to throw the jump spinning back kick, and he just threw it and it just popped him right in his nose. And ever since that moment from there on, the game plan I feel like for Justin Gaethje went out the door. Um, he had no answer for Max Holloway. Max, you know, Max Holloway did his thing, man. Showed why he is the best boxer in the UFC right now. When it comes to boxing, when it comes to MMA, like two different boxing styles, just the gloves are different. And Max Holloway perfects some things really well. He took him apart each and every single round after he broke his nose. Um, and then doing the BMF stance in true fashion of Max Holloway, he goes out there and does what he did to Ricardo Lamas. Say, "Yo, last 10 seconds, and stand right here in the middle of the octagon." And just in case she obliged, and they both did, and they was swinging for the freaking fences until the very last second. Max Holloway lands this nasty freaking hooks and puts Justin Gaethje face down in the middle of the freaking octagon on top of the monster bottle. Like, bro, to me, I know that at times Max Holloway doesn't really like have that crazy knockout power. Max Holloway looked phenomenal. He looked like he took this time to really get adjusted to being that lightweight compared to his fight with Dustin Poirier that he lost. Um, Again, Max Holloway showed how much of a stud that he is and how much of a champion, much of a BMF that he is. I hope he gets the title shot eventually against Ilya Pator. I think that would be a great matchup. I think the Islam fight is a little too much. You know, I mean, he can probably try to keep himself on the feet, but I think that fight is a little tougher. Um, yeah, man. Let me know down in the comments what do you thought about the fights of UFC 300. I thought the majority of the fights were really amazing. Let me know down in the comment section what do you guys thought of UFC 300. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.